It's time for Husson University basketball on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Performance PT, designing a healthier you. Greenway Equipment Sales at Ellsworth and Bangor. Nothing runs like a deer. Governor's Restaurant. Life is short. Eat dessert first. And Casella, giving resources new life. And now, from the Newman Gymnasium, it's Husson Eagles basketball.
Hello and welcome back to everyone previously watching. I'm Reese Danenberg alongside Zethan Moss. We are on the campus of Husson University for this North Atlantic Conference matchup between the University of Maine at Farmington Beavers and the Husson University Eagles. We're really excited for this game because, of course, last time the Beavers came to the Newman Gymnasium, Jay Thomas hit an absolutely absurd, impossible buzzer beater to send the Eagles to the NAC championship game.
Well, I mean, Reese, I think excited is an understatement. This one's going to be a good one right here in front of the home fans. Like you said, last time the Beavers were here, it was just an insane shot by Jay Thomas, sending the Eagles to the championship game that they would later win. I was grateful enough to be a fan for that and not working the game, and it was just an utterly surreal experience for something like that to happen. So I think we're really excited. Again, these are two very different teams from what we saw last year, but
Yes.
Still, it's going to be great regardless. Both of them top of the conference and vying for that number one seed.
Yeah, like you said, two very different teams from what they were last year, but again, both of them still right at the top of the conference. Husson sitting at 5-1 in conference play, and Farmington currently at 6-1 in conference play. These two teams actually faced off last night, and it was Farmington that ended up getting the better of Husson. They came away with an 82-76 win at their home court. Teron Moss added 24 points and 7 assists. Jack Kane with 22 points and 9 rebounds. And Donlin as well added 14 points and 13 rebounds.
Like you mentioned, I think the two players to watch on both sides, it's going to be Teron Moss, as usual, for the Beavers. And then on Husson's side, it's going to be Justice Kendall, trying to lock up Moss as best he can. He did a great job that second half, trying to close him out, limiting his shot selection. It was very tough for him. Another player to watch out for on the Beavers, as usual, again, Jack Kane. Look for the Eagles to really try and put a lot of pressure on him, force him to his weaker left hand, and make his shot selection not as good. Also, trying not to catch him in an open court. He likes to catch a lot of lobs and throw it down. So it's going to be a tough task for the Eagles to deal with him. But I think the man up for that challenge is Jared Balzer. He did a great job in that game last year and really propelled that Eagles team to the victory there.
And this is, just looking at the offensive stats anyway, this is a very dangerous, high-powered Farmington offense if they get going. Capable of easily putting up 100 points. They average just about 80 points per game, almost 50% shooting, over 70% from the line as a team, over 32%. What's going to be key defensively for Husson to not let them get hot and not let them get in a good groove necessarily?
Well, I think a lot of it is just limiting the good shot selection, forcing them to take some tougher shots. Eagles didn't do a fantastic job of that last night. Expect more of a zone defense. Mm-hmm. Trying to keep your man at arm's length. It's going to be tougher for them to get some good shots off. And I think another thing is getting the boards defensively. That's going to help the Eagles get off on a fast break and go up hopefully for some easy points.
And got to get back. Got to get back in transition defensively is another thing to watch for. Is this Farmington team? I think, as you mentioned, loves to get out and run. Loves to get out and run in transition and look for easy, fast break points.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, Moss very quick, and Kane for a center who's 6'9", can also move up and down the court really, really well.
That's right. Husson on the other side, 72 points per game. Not bad numbers. 42% shooting as a team, 29% from three, and 69% from the free throw line. We'd like to see those last two numbers go up a little bit, but I think as the season has gone on, the team has been shooting a lot better, not only from three, but from the three-point line, or excuse me, from the free throw line as well. And I think that the number will grow. They have been shooting a lot better. I know Justice Kendall, a few guys started off at the beginning of the year a little bit cold. Coming around now, I'm pretty sure he's been, in the last 10, he's averaging, I want to say, like 12 and 8 or something. He's up there. He's getting the assist numbers up there as well, too, which you love to see.
And absolutely. Also keep an eye out for number 13, freshman DJ Woods, who's been just hot the last few games.
Exactly. We will send it down to public address announcer now for starting lineups and the national anthem.
University Eagles. At this time, let's see the starting lineup for tonight's game. First to the visiting Beavers. Senior for Portland, number 14, Teron Moss. Senior for Washington, number 20, Kyle Donner. Senior for Farmington, number 22, Bruce Stewart. Senior for Greenfield, Maine, number 45, Tyler Muller. And the senior for number 55, Jack Kane. And now the starting lineup for your Husson University Eagles. At 4, on sophomore from Belgrade, Serbia, number 5, Milo Shurica. At guard, the senior from Bangor, number 20, Luke Caruso. At center, on sophomore from Orange Park, Florida, number 31, Corey Humble. At 4, the junior from South Portland, Maine, number 34, Scott Lewis. And guard, the graduate student from Baltimore, Maryland, number 41, Justice Kendall. Farmington is under the direction of head coach Sam Hill, which is assisted by Casey Lane and Jim Bessie. The head coach for Husson in this 2019 season is Warren Caruso, which is assisted by John Clark, Chris Bryant, Will Taylor, and Justin Thompson.
And we are just about set to get this one going, as both teams are making their way now to center court for tip-off. Interesting matchup. Like we mentioned earlier, Jay Thomas hitting the shot last year, send them to the NAC championship game. It's going to be interesting to see, what unfolds here.
And again, energy's going to be high. Farmington travels well. We've got a good crowd off to our left.
Yeah, very good crowd who's definitely brought a lot of energy. As we see Farmington come away with a tip, it'll be Teron Moss to start off for the Beavers. He will swing it over to Story. Kane with it up top. This is Moeller up top being guarded by Caruso. Good D from him. Moss with it now, gets a screen from Kane. That is Story who puts up a corner three. That's no good. The rebound comes down to Lewis. And here comes the Eagles the other way. We see a little 1-3-1 action here from Farmington to start off. Lewis in the corner gets double teamed. Humbles with it. Justice Kendall with a great ball fake. Kicks out to Humbles, who puts up a three. Can't knock it down. And we have an entanglement underneath the hoop. And they're going to call that one on Shuitza of Husson, it looks like. Looks like Jack Kane and Shuitza got their arms tangled up in that one.
And I think that this is how this one's going to go. It's going to be a very tough physical game.
Not even a minute in. Moss with it, steps back, nothing there for him. Here's Donlin with it. Looks to make a move, nothing there. Moss with it up top again, being guarded by Kendall. Takes a step back three and knocks it down. Good move from Teron Moss there to knock down a tough shot. It's 3-0 Farmington. Here's Caruso with it now in the corner. That one gets poked away by Moeller. It'll stay Husson basketball underneath the hoop.
Again, we really want the Eagles to try and let a play develop on the offensive end. Too many times they're taking the first look, which isn't always the best look.
Shuitza drives in. Beautiful finish with the left hand over Jack Kane, a 6'9" center. Here's Moss now. Over to Donlin. Moss again on the left side. Donlin will put up a 3 this time. A little bit long there. Shuitza comes away with a board. Here is Shuitza. Great kick to Caruso in the corner, who knocks down a corner 3. Back and forth already in this one, just how we expected it to go.
Well, it's going to be important for the Eagles to come up with some big stops, get some points early to get this student section into it. That's exactly what I need.
This student section here to our right can get pretty rowdy. That's the Husson student section. Especially in this game, we would expect them to be loud. Hummels with it, hands off to Caruso up top. Lewis now, Shuitza. Just as Kendall gets it on the side. Down low, Scott Lewis working against Kane. Makes a few fakes, gets him in the air, and a beautiful finish from Scott Lewis.
He's happy with himself early, talking to himself all the way down.
Yes, he is. Kane gets it on the block now, going against Lewis. A little back and forth action. And he gets triple teamed. And you see this one already getting a little bit chippy.
And this is, again, like I said, this is how we expect it to go. It's going to get chirpy. There's going to be a lot of energy in this one.
As Jack Kane will go to the free throw line for his first free throws. Shooting about 65% on the year as he hits the first one there. Been getting to the line often. Not always converting, though, as he does hit the first one here, though. And the second one is good as well. 7-5 early on in this one. Only 3 minutes in so far. Humbles takes it, hands off to Caruso. Here's Shuitza driving on the right side. He gets hit. That one will be Drew Story.
And Shuitza on the air about 40%, but a limited sample size for him, only 2 for 5.
As the first free throw is good from Shuitza. Coming in, only averaging about 3.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, but definitely been playing extremely solid the last few games when he's been inserted into the starting lineup, making a big difference. Always see him out there going for loose balls, making hard effort plays. As there's a layup attempt that's no good. Good defense from Lewis. Kick out. Three-pointer's no good. And again, we see Shuitza and Jack Kane tangled up down low under the basket. And Shuitza is complaining that he keeps pulling him down. And yet again, this well-traveled student section to our left getting pretty rowdy.
Again, couldn't see much on that one. Not sure exactly what happened on it. But the amount of times it's happened, I think you do have to side a little bit with Shuitza.
Jack Kane with a mid-range jumper. That's no good. Rebound comes down to Kendall. Here is Kendall now, working on Moss on the right side. Now over to Lewis. Lewis gets an open look for three. He can't knock it down. Good open look there, just not able to convert.
And Jay Thomas into the game now for the Eagles.
Moeller with it now. Over to Story. Now Moss with it. Here's Donlin. Story again. Moss working on Justice Kendall now. Good defense there from Justice Kendall and the rest of the Husson Eagles to force that turnover.
Like I said, it's all about keeping close to your man. Kendall's doing a great job. There's no looks for Moss to get it anywhere.
Just how you want to guard him. Here's Caruso now. Kendall drives in, looking to make a move. The floater's not there. Here comes Moeller the other way with the rebound. Donlin with it now. Working on Jay Thomas. Moeller stuck. Finds Moss. Moss with a step back jumper. Comes up short. Again, great defense there from Justice Kendall. Here's Lewis. Hands it off to Kendall. Kendall directing offense here, directing traffic. And we have a foul on number 55, Jack Kane. That'll reset the shot clock back to 20 seconds. Husson will have it underneath the hoop. Very physical game, like we said, very early on already. Caruso with it, gets a screen from Lewis. Has a fake, but nothing there. Here's Lewis now, working on Kane. And they're gonna call Scott Lewis for a travel.
I think early on the physicality of this game has been working in Farmington's favor, even though the score may not show it. It's 8-5. You know, but Farmington has been able to generate a lot better looks. They've been missing so far.
Yeah, very physical so far in this one. Here's Poulin just checked into the game. Teron Moss now working on Justice Kendall. And a little bit of chirping after the play from both Kendall and Moss.
And this is where you have to check your emotions. You can't let them control you. Don't get your team in foul trouble early.
Teron Moss, 23 points per game so far this season. First free throw is good. He's shooting at about 75%. And we now see Jared Balzer and Scott Lewis on the court at the same time, something we haven't seen much of this year, as well as Jeremy Maranta, who has just checked in.
And I do think that is the recipe for success against a taller Farmington lineup.
Yes, very big lineup for sure. Jack Kane, 6'9", almost 4 blocks per game. Very dominant force down low. Scott has a size mismatch here. Finds Balzer at the top of the key. Can't knock it down. Comes Donlin now with the rebound the other way. Looks to kick it to Poulin for 3. And that's good. 10-8 now. Farmington retakes the lead after that shot. Kendall with it, deciding where to go. Finds Lewis at the top of the key. Maranta drives baseline. He'll go up and get fouled by, I believe that's Minkle. That is on Minkle. That'll be his first. Maranta will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Maranta 75% on the year, 48 of 64.
Some good numbers for him, as the first one is no good. Jeremy Maranta, coming off the bench, leads this team in rebounds, assists, steals, field goal percentage, and is second in points per game. Coming off the bench, as the second free throw is good. So Maranta has been a key piece for Husson so far this year. As Moss spots up for a wide open 3. Can't knock it down. Thomas fights for the rebound, but is not able to keep it in play, and it will be Farmington ball on the sideline. Good hustle from Thomas there as we see him dive on the floor. Inbound comes to Kane. Donlin. Poulin with it now. Donlin working on Thomas. Goes to make a move, and Jay Thomas gets a hand in there and knocks that one away. Here's Kendall now. Gets a screen from Balzer. Moranta goes baseline. Balzer the corner. Looks to get it to Jay Thomas, but that gets knocked out of bounds by Donlin, Kyle Donlin.
Not a lot of off-ball movement for the Beavers early on. We see them when they're on their offensive side. Very stable, which is a unique look.
Justice Kendall has it now. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Jay Thomas will put up a deep three. That one is no good. Knocked out of bounds by Moranta. And it will be Farmington basketball. Here comes Teron Moss now the other way. Again, being guarded by Justice Kendall, the matchup to watch. Here's Poulin. Back over to Moss. Gets a screen from Jack Kane. Looks to get it to him down low. And there was a double team there waiting for that pass. Justice Kendall goes up strong, and he lays it in. Another lead change already. 11-10 now. 12 minutes remaining in the first half. Moss with it on the block now against Kendall. We're going to make a post move. That is Minkle for three. That one's no good. Strong rebound by Jay Thomas, but has it knocked away from by Dylan Griffin. And a good look from Poulin down low to try to find Jack Kane, but knocked away by Justice Kendall. As Derek Collin now comes into the game for Scott Lewis.
And Kane only one shot from the field so far, which is a great sign for Husson. As long as they can limit him and try and focus a lot on Moss, then I think that's a recipe for success for today's game.
And Moeller just checking into the game for Jack Kane on the Farmington side. Here's Moss now, receives a screen from Griffin, goes off of the layup and gets rejected by Jeremy Moranta. And Justice Kendall takes it coast to coast and lays it in. Here's Poulin with it now, being guarded by Collin. Minkle at the top of the key. Jay Thomas is right there defensively. Here's Moss now. Poulin for another three. No good. Kendall comes away with a long rebound. Dishes it off to Collin, who gets hit on the way up. They're going to call that one on Poulin, I believe. And Derek Collin will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. First free throw from Collin is good. Derek Collins at 71% on the year. And Farmington is actually going to take a full timeout, and we will take one too. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. 14-10, our score here. 11 minutes remaining in the first half of this one. Husson currently on a 6-0 run in the last 3 minutes. Jumped out to a 4-point lead as Derek Collin will come back to the line for his second free throw. As I said before, about 71% from the line, and that one is good. Also checking into the game is DJ Woods, the freshman.
So he's going to give Kendall a break. It's going to be interesting to see how he matches up, who they put on Moss when he comes back into the game. You got to think he's coming back in soon.
And DJ Woods, the impressive freshman, came in and scored 21 points all in the second half, I believe, against Colby in their last game, or excuse me, their game before last night. Here is Moranta now. It's a screen from Balzer, and a beautiful bounce pass from Moranta down low to Balzer, who lays it in. Here's Minkle with it now, being guarded by Woods. This is Moeller over to Poulin. Minkle now again. Poulin. That is Kyle Donlin just checked back into the game. That's no good for three. Moranta now pushing the other way. Another screen from Balzer. Balzer has a size mismatch here. Elects not to go at it. Moranta on the sideline now feeds Balzer down low. Balzer, the turnaround is good.
I don't know about you, Reese. This offense feels a lot smoother than it was last night. You know, watching that game, it just felt just clunky.
Jared Balzer coming in and playing well so far in this one as Minkle gets a tough finish to go down. Heavily guarded there. Looked like he might have been hit. Moranta has it now. Wants another screen from Balzer. Stumbles a little bit there, loses control of it, but picks it back up. Woods has it now. And there will be a foul on the floor on that one. Husson will take it out underneath the hoop. That foul will go on Minkle. Moranta catches the inbound, and he will be called for a travel underneath the hoop. As you see, Teron Moss and Jack Kane check back in, and as soon as we do, Justice Kendall comes right up to the scorer's table and checks back into the game.
Thomas goes out, so we're going to have more shooting lineup for the Eagles.
3 point guards out there. Here's Kendall on Moss. Poulin has it now, over to Minkle, closely guarded by DJ Woods. He goes to the basket, and a foul will be called on Woods.
I'm not quite sure what they're seeing on that one.
Yeah, it looked like he got a little bit of ball on that, but refs called it otherwise, and Minkle will be at the free throw line.
We do have a different angle up here, so can't always see everything.
As the first free throw is good for Minkle. Minkle at 80% from the line on the year, averaging about 9 points per game and 3 rebounds. Key contributor off the bench. Here's Moranta with it down low against Donlin. Tries to put up a tough floater that doesn't drop. Here comes Moss the other way now. Makes a hesitation move and puts up a floater that gets down. Tough shot from Teron Moss there, a moving floater.
One-handed, too.
Very tough shot. Here's Collin with it now for the Eagles. Hands it off to DJ Woods. Up top, Balzer. Great ball movement here from this Husson offense already. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Kendall gets an opening from the mid-range and knocks it down. And you see himself give him a little small fist pound for himself right there. He's excited. He wants this win. Great hands from Balzer to knock it away and then recover it. Here comes Kendall now the other way. Looking to attack in transition. Finds Colin in the corner. Can't knock down a three. Offensive rebound to Woods. And that one gets rejected. Very athletic take there from Drew Story. Got high above the rim on that one. Covered by about 2 or 3 people, though, so he will go to the line.
And Kane landed a little awkwardly off of that rebound. Seems to be okay, but still a little ginger moving down the court.
First free throw from Story is good. He is at about 83% from the line so far in this one. The second one is up, and that one is good as well. 21-18 our score here in this one. Very back and forth. Pretty close game as we imagined it would be.
Farmington yet to miss a free throw.
8 of 8. Woods with it. Goes baseline. Finds Kendall at the top of the key. 9 seconds on the shot clock now. Kendall will stop and put up a three. That's no good. Maranta fighting for the rebound. Can't come away with it. Donlin tries to slow it down. Control possession. That is Story giving it down low to Kane. And Kane gets fouled underneath the hoop. Jack Kane will go back to the free throw line where he is currently 2 of 2. The first free throw from Kane is good. He is now 3 of 3 from the line tonight. Jack Kane at about 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 blocks per game. Also shooting over 50% from the field at 55%. So great numbers for him this year as the second one is good. He's now 4 of 4 from the line. 21-20 our score here with 7 minutes left in the first half. Here's Caruso on the right side. Tries to find Lewis and does. Lewis working on Kane. Makes a move and will draw a foul on Jack Kane. That'll be his second foul.
Good job by Lewis to try to draw the foul on that one. Really nothing doing offensively.
And Lewis at about 59% on the year. Nails the first one. As we see Dylan Griffin come in for Jack Kane, who has 2 quick fouls. Here is Lewis for his second free throw attempt. That one is off the back rim. Rebound comes down to Griffin. Here's Moss with it now, being guarded by Kendall. Minkle with it. Caruso on him. Finds Story on the sideline. Wants to go baseline, and does. Kicks it to Minkle, who knocks down a corner three. (23-22). Another lead change. Here's Kendall now. Kicks to Lewis. Kendall gets a screen from Lewis. Looking to make something work. Tries to feed a cutting Caruso. That one gets picked away. Here's Donlin now. Moss with it. This is the matchup we've all been watching. Kendall versus Moss. Kicks it to Minkle for another three. That one's no good. Rebound comes down to Lewis. Almost gets stolen away. Lewis is able to hang on to it. Now it's Maranta on the left side. Lewis looking to make something work now. Maranta gets it back. 5 on the shot clock. Puts up a mid-range jumper. That's no good. Offensive board goes to Colin, who puts it back in. And yet another lead change. And it looks like Husson will take a quick 30-second timeout. We will take one too. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. (24-23) our score here with 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Ethan, what have you seen so far that's caught your attention?
Well, I mean, it's just been an incredibly physical, intense game on both sides. Both sides playing extremely well, really close in front of this home crowd. And like I said, energy is high.
Yeah, definitely. Both student sections getting into it, even the one that has traveled here from Farmington, as there's a great take by Griffin, the sophomore out of Saco, Maine, finishing with a left hand over Scott Lewis.
Eagles doing a lot better job letting the play develop on the offensive side of the ball.
Here's Humbles now, just check back into the game. Looks to feed Lewis down low, who almost gets it stripped away. Jay Thomas will catch and shoot for three. No good there. Kendall with an offensive board, puts up a mid-range jumper and knocks it down. Justice Kendall playing well so far in this one. Now has 8 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Here's Moss with it. Minkle has it now. Griffin at the top of the key. That's Donlin who drives in and tries to hit a floater but can't get it to go. Here's Thomas now. Back to Kendall. Trying to get it down low to Lewis and does. Lewis kicks it cross court to Jay Thomas, who kicks it back out to Caruso. Humbles for three. And they're going to call Jay Thomas for a foul underneath the rim as they were both going for a rebound.
And that's just a tough call both sides. I mean, it's really incidental contact. One of those ones you generally hope to see go uncalled, but goes the way of Farmington in this case.
As Teron Moss will go back to the free throw line. He is 2 of 2 from there right now. Currently leading the way for this Farmington squad with 7 points, now 8 points. As we now have a tie ball game yet again at 26.
I would think that Farmington sends Kane back in to close out the quarter. Even though he's in foul trouble, you don't want Husson to try and build a lead closing out the quarter, which is what they've been able to do recently. They've been able to close out quarters well, put up a lot of points.
Here is Kendall. This is off to Caruso. Finds Thomas on the side, who puts up a three. Rims out. Unlucky bounce for Jay Thomas there, as that one rims out. Here comes Moss the other way now. Kendall back defensively. Here's Griffin at the top of the key. He'll swing to Poulin. Back up top to Griffin. Story down low. Hits a tough shot right in the middle of the lane. 28-26 our score as Farmington retakes the lead. Here's Kendall now, feeding Lewis.
He just barely stepped out on that. That's not a turnover you want to see at this point. You need to try and get those points back. You're only down 2, but sometimes with momentum, it feels a lot more than that.
And it looks like there is something on the basketball, probably sweat, if I had to guess.
Everyone's going to check themselves. Oh, I'm not bleeding.
Oh, it's blood?
I don't know. Looks like they're really looking at something on it.
Everybody's checking themselves, looking at jerseys. Scott Lewis is walking away. Might have a cut on his finger. Looks like he's holding his hand.
That is what it appears to be.
As they're getting a new basketball as well. And now that that's all figured out, it looks like Lewis is getting taken care of. He will come right back in, has a bandage around one of his fingers now. As now it looks like Jared Balzer. So it was, Scott Lewis had a cut on his hand. A little bit of blood got on the ball, so they had to get a new ball now. And Jared Balzer has checked into the game for Scott Lewis. A lot of confusion there at first. Here's Moss with it now, being guarded by Kendall. He'll take a step back three, come up short. Good outlet pass from Jared Balzer to Justice Kendall, who lays it in and ties the game yet again. Griffin with it, kicks to Poulin. He'll put up a deep three. That one's no good. Rebound tipped around. Jay Thomas comes down with it.
Good call by Kendall to try and slow it down here. They almost got caught slacking on that fast break by the Beavers.
Justice Kendall, another pull-up jumper from the mid-range is no good. Good save by Humbles, and Kendall was right there. Can't finish the lay-in, though. We see Scott Lewis come back into the game and go to the Husson bench. It's a good sign. Moss with it now. Here's Griffin. Pulling and Story now. He'll kick in the corner. Shot is no good. That's Moeller. Moeller gets it back and gets it taken away. Here's Thomas showing off the ball handling moves, but can't hold on to it as Poulin comes away with it now. And Poulin will go to the free throw line. Jay Thomas will pick up a foul. As we look at the replay, Jay Thomas definitely made some contact on the way up. It's a good defensive play from Poulin to come up with a steal on that one. And the first one from him is good. Poulin at 81% from the line this year. Just over 9 points per game off the bench, as well as 4 rebounds. The second one is up, and it is short.
And their first miss of the day from the free throw line. It's probably a good sign for Husson there.
And Justice Kendall gets whacked going to the basket. And it will be a shooting foul. Derek Collin now checking in for Corey Humbles. Justice Kendall going to the free throw line for the first time today. Can't knock down the first one of a 1-and-1. Moss with it now, being guarded by Balzer. Takes a step back jumper. Can't knock it down. Fight for the rebound, and it will be Eagles basketball with 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Corey Humbles checking back into the game for Derek Collin now. Humbles, now Kendall. Receives a screen from Humbles on the left side, or excuse me, right side. Here's Maranta at the top of the key. 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Kendall being guarded by Moeller. Takes a mid-range jumper. No good. Rebound comes down to Moeller. Now Poulin with it. 10 seconds left in the first half. Here's Donlin with it now, up by half court. Being guarded by Maranta. Donlin trying to get it to Moss. Can't find him. He'll put up a three. No good off the back rim. And that is how the first half is going to end.
Wow.
Wow is right. There's a lot to unpack in that first half. 29-28. Farmington is leading this one at the half by 1. Some very physical basketball that we've seen so far already in this one, Ethan.
Yeah, absolutely. Very physical. It's going to be a tough second half. It's going to be one of those ones that I think it really comes down to bench depth. They were able to limit Kane and Moss in the first half to, I believe, just in total 12 points between the two of them. So very good sign for the Eagles, but now they've got to lock down, get better scoring chances, and run that score up.
Yeah, definitely. Husson just 1 of 9 from 3 to begin the game so far in this one. I guess the only bright spot in that is Farmington only 3 of 16 from 3. So both teams struggling to find anything going from the outside, but I think finding good position inside, getting those shots that they're looking for inside. Being such a physical game, it's hard to convert. We've seen a lot of free throws already in this one, 14 from Farmington and 9 for Husson.
And I think that's also a big thing. Husson needs to secure those free throws a little bit more and be able to knock them down.
Definitely have to hit free throws, especially in a close game like this. Made free throws, they could have the lead right now. Don't go anywhere. Second half action coming up. You're listening to the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
Husson makes it a priority of theirs to make sure each of their students are well-rounded and that we're prepared to go into the future.
I mean, it's very rare to have a college that can emphasize the professor-student interaction, and Husson hits it right on the head.
Instead of just, sitting in the classroom, it's a great way to get hands-on experience. I'm actually out here doing things and seeing how things work.
After being here and meeting the people, I decided this is where I wanted to be, that there was no better option for me.
Choosing a school is really difficult, but I have never felt like I should have gone somewhere else.
The thing I like about the school, the class sizes are smaller.
Making friends is easier here because of the fact that you are such a tight-knit community.
I was shooting around a basketball. That's how I met my first friend.
You meet a lot of new people from different areas of the world.
I feel like I've grown so much here.
And there's so many amazing people that work here to learn from.
I definitely made the right decision coming to Husson.
And we are back for the second half of this one, just about to get underway. Ethan, very physical game, like we thought it would be to begin this one. A lot of free throws, as you mentioned, from both teams so far. Both teams as well, shooting not the best from three-point range. UMF right now, 13 bench points. Husson currently with 9 bench points. So each team getting good contribution from not just their starters, but everybody on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, again, well-rounded on both sides are these offenses. And for the Eagles in the second half, the key is going to be generating some better looks from three and not being afraid to take those shots. We took too many last night. Now we're taking too little. So we got to find the middle here in the second half.
And you got to be able to knock down the open looks, as we are just about ready to get going here. 29-28, Farmington finds themselves in front by 1 point in this one to start the second half. Here is Justice Kendall, being guarded by Moeller now on this possession. Lewis and Jack Kane, good bump off play from Lewis. Can't get that one to go though. Rebound comes down to Kane. Here comes Teron Moss. Donlin with it now. Gets cut off, baseline. Story with it. And both student sections looking for a call both ways. It'll actually be a no call, and Husson will take over possession.
And that's one of those ones. You get tangled up a little bit, you both go down. That's a good no call.
That is a good no call, I think. Here's Kendall with it, again looking for Lewis on the block. Gets cut off, baseline. Lewis going at Kane, gets rejected on that one. Here comes Teron Moss the other way. Moss puts it up and lays it in over Scott Lewis. Good strong take there from Teron Moss. All the way to the bucket. He's now up to 10 points. Here's Kendall with it now. Kicks to Shawitsa. Beautiful pass from Shawitsa. Down low to Lewis, who didn't quite look like he was ready for it. Justice Kendall drives in. Lays in a nice left-handed layup.
I don't even know if Lewis was looking. I think it just kind of found his hands.
There. Donlin with it now. Kane up top, over to Moss on the sideline. Moss with a great feed to Jack Kane. A little confusion from the Husson defense at the end of that play. Here's Justice Kendall now. Gets a screen from Lewis. Lewis with it now. Looking to make a move on Jack Kane. Can't get that one to go. Rebound tipped around, comes down to Moss. And Donlin is fouled on the way up to the hoop. Farmington has found themselves off to a good start here at the start of the second half.
And looking at Kane, still favoring his left leg just a little bit. That's the leg he came down awkwardly grabbing for a rebound in the first half. Still doesn't look to be affecting him that much, but as time goes on, that can change.
And it looks like the ref went over to change the foul call. And Donlin's first free throw is good. That is his first points of the night. Currently shooting 0 for 4 from the field right now. The second one is good as well. Here's Kendall now being guarded by Moeller. Kicks to Caruso on the left side. Nowhere to go with it. Finds Shawitsa cutting baseline. And Shawitsa is able to lay it in, plus the foul. And it will be an and one. Shawitsa converted down low, plus the foul.
One of the referees having a little discussion with Moss on that one. Something I think he said didn't quite sit right.
And I think Shawitsa got an earful from the referee too. Very chirpy how the players are in this game.
Yeah, this is one where you got to check your emotions and just play basketball. It's going to be tough, but you got to get a hold of those emotions. Make sure you don't do anything stupid.
Shawitsa gets the free throw to go. 35-33 the score in this one right now. Kane with it, hands it to Moss. Moss drives in, and he gets an and one to drop. Teron Moss with a strong take to the bucket.
When they've been able to set up that screen with Kane to get Kendall off of Moss, then that generates points almost every time for the Beavers, but they haven't been able to do that much.
Yes, Justice Kendall's done a great job fighting over the screen to stay attached to Moss. As Moss's free throw is good. That makes him 4 of 5 from the line. 13 points for him in this one. Kendall now on the right sideline. Go up against Jack Kane, and that one might have been blocked. Running the other way. Story lays it in for Farmington. Here's Shawitsa now coming the other way. And he will get fouled by Donlin on a reach. Shawitsa trying to take advantage of the slow defense and get back to the rim quickly. Inbound comes to Humbles. Caruso, the pull-up jumper is good. Luke Caruso with a pull-up jumper over a contested hand. Knocks it down. Teron Moss being guarded now by Shawitsa. Kane with it. He'll set a screen for Moeller. Good hands there from Shawitsa. Step back three, Moss. That one's no good. Rebound Story goes back to Kane. And he will get fouled by Scott Lewis and head to the free throw line for 2 more.
Kane doing a great job of generating free throws, pretty much free scoring chances for the Beavers.
He is 4 of 4 at the line today. Only 6 points for him so far. He's now 5 of 5. Jack Kane, as you mentioned, 3 blocks per game. And the second one is good as well. So he gets both of them to go down. 7-point lead here for Farmington. Husson's just 1 of 9 on their last 3-point attempts. Caruso with it, looking for something, somewhere to go. Finds Lewis against Kane. Spins out. Caruso, the corner. That's good! Luke Caruso gets the student section fired up. Moeller with it. Kane now. Over to Moss. Justice Kendall is there. Moeller with it again on the right sideline. Moss now, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Justice Kendall is there. Kendall with some great defense. There's Story for 3. That's no good. And here comes Husson the other way now. Justice Kendall has it against Moeller. Great fake there from Lewis. Shawitsa will put up a 3. And it's no good. Rebound comes down to Kane. Moeller hands to Moss. Story now. Moeller to Story. And that is off of Lewis. And it will stay Farmington basketball with 12 seconds on the shot clock.
Good choice by Kane. Almost tried to get that one and drive towards the rim, but again, doesn't touch it, goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I realized it was off
yourself.
Lewis. Moss catches the inbound. He drives in, and he will be called for a foul, a rather late foul on Justice Kendall. That'll be his second foul. Teron Moss currently sitting at 13 points. Now 14 points, is 5 of 6 from the line here in this one. Moss at 23 points per game. Gets that one to go as well. 15 for Moss in this one. Kendall gets a screen from Lewis. Tries to drive on the left side. Looking for a foul. And that will be a turnover on Husson, and Farmington will retake possession of the basketball, up 6. That is Donlin, who went to the rack, got rejected by Lewis. So we see Jamie Maranta come in for Justice Kendall now. Here is Maranta with it.
Hopefully Maranta can help generate some more open chances for the Eagles from beyond the arc. Again, not too many good looks for him.
Maranta with a dangerous pass there. And they're going to say Shuitza stepped out of bounds on the sideline there. Here's Moss with it, being guarded full court by Maranta. Swings it to Poulin for 3. Comes up short there. Rebound to Shuitza, and here he comes the other way. Going hard to the rim. He gets rejected by Jack Kane. Here's Moss now, top of the key. Maranta on him. He goes hard to the bucket and will draw a foul. This will be Moss's 8th and 9th free throw attempts of the game. This will be Farmington's 22nd and 23rd free throw attempts. The first one is good.
Jay Thomas back into the game for the Eagles. Looks like we're trying to get a better shooting team out there.
Moss's second free throw is good as well. He is now up to 17 points on the night. Maranta with it, over to Humbles. Thomas. Now Lewis. Humbles up top. Finds Thomas. Sideline for 3. No good. Rebound comes to Caruso. Over to Humbles for 3. Again, no good. 2 Eagles fight for it. And almost a great tip pass there from Teron Moss. But a little bit too much on it, and it goes out of bounds. And it will be Husson basketball. Husson scoreless in the last 2.5 minutes right now. They are one of their last 5 field goal attempts. Definitely want to try to get an easy look here, as Maranta was not expecting that pass. Thomas with it on the sideline. Humbles now. Lewis has it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Tries to make a move. Goes to Thomas. Has to put up a shot. Puts up a step back. Not what you'd like to see from the Husson offense right now at this point of the game.
Thomas a little upset with himself. Wasn't able to corral that ball quick enough. He had a nice shot, chance, and that one goes through the window.
As we see Justice Kendall come back into the game, as well as Jared Balzer.
The Eagles have to find something soon. Can't let the Beavers get away with this one.
Here is Moss now. Poulin. Here's Minkle now, just check back in. Moss has it, Maranta on him. He'll drive in, looking for a whistle, doesn't get one. And Husson is trapped in the backcourt, and we have a foul on Teron Moss. Husson kind of bailed out on that one. And looks like Farmington is going to take a full timeout. We will take one as well. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Husson Eagles Sports Network. (46-38). Farmington has found themselves up 8 at this point with 12 minutes remaining in the game. Ethan, what does Husson have to do to come back into this one to chip away at that lead?
Again, like I said, it's a little bit about slowing down. Again, early on they were doing a great job of being smooth offensively, trying to find those nice open looks, not trying to do too much. Now they've got to settle down, kind of get themselves back into it, maybe try to knock down a 3 or 2.
Derek Collin with it now. He gets rejected by Jack Kane.
Well, it's never a good idea to try to go over Kane.
That'll be Kane's 4th block on the day as he goes right at Balzer. Can't finish. Tip-in's no good either, and Balzer comes away with the rebound. Here's Justice Kendall in transition. He will back it out. Now has Kane on him out on the perimeter. He'll take a step back 3, and he'll knock it down.
Well, I just said it wasn't a good idea to try to shoot over him, but Kendall proves me wrong.
Great shot there from Justice Kendall to make this a 5-point deficit now. Just cut into that lead a little bit. Here's Moss with it. Finds Poulin. Now Mickle. Mickle working on Maranta with a spin move that somehow banked in off the glass. Great finish from Mickle there. Kendall swings it to Maranta, who drives baseline, kicks it out to Thomas for 3. No good. Jay Thomas struggling in this one so far. Moss will put up a 3. That one's no good. Balzer with a tip rebound comes to Maranta. Maranta will drive to the hoop and lay it in. Good acrobatic finish from Jeremy Maranta there. Moss with it now. Poulin over to Mickle. Jack Kane working baseline. Gets fouled. Jared Balzer took a shot on that one.
I'm not sure the angle, but I believe Kane actually stepped out on that.
And I thought he did too.
And man, everybody is just gassed.
Very physical basketball. Everybody's getting beat down out there every time they go to the basket, it looks like. Jack Kane taking a beating so far. These will be his 7th and 8th free throws so far. He's now 7 of 7 from the line. One more coming for Kane here. That one is good as well. So Jack Kane coming into this one 65% from the free throw line. He's hit all of his attempts today, 8 of 8 from the line. As we have a shot clock issue, I believe pointed out by Coach Caruso. And it looks like Jack Kane is being attended to on the Farmington bench. Here's Kendall now, crossing half court for Husson. Gets a screen from Balzer, pulls up mid-range, can't knock it down. And rebound fought for, but it will be Farmington basketball coming the other way. 10 minutes to play in this one. Husson down 7 right now. Moeller with it, top of the key. Dangerous pass to Moss there on the baseline. Moss goes up with a jumper. Can't knock it down. Kendall coming the other way. And I believe that's Poulin who gets hit. It is Poulin who gets tagged with that foul.
And with Kane still on the bench for the Beavers, you got to wonder how much of these back-to-back games affect his energy. I mean, these big guys, it's a lot for them to go play 30, 40 minutes of basketball, tough basketball especially.
We see Eric Ehlers check in for the first time for Husson, as well as DJ Woods coming back in. Kendall gets a screen from Balzer. Fadeaway jumper, rolls out. And Coach Caruso not happy with the shot results on that play. Moss with it now, top of the key. Finds Griffin, who will put up a 3 and knock it down. Moronsa now, trying to drive on Mickle. Gets it to Balzer, top of the key. Left it short. Great save by Moronsa. Ehlers for 3. And a timeout from Husson. We will take one too. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
Selling is all about relationships and building trust. At Greenway, it's our people that have built the business. We're fortunate to have a team with years of experience. They know John Deere equipment inside and out and go the extra mile to take care of our customers.
And right now is a great time to talk to one of us about a new tractor. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a John Deere compact utility tractor. Nothing runs like a Deere.
From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Eight minutes and 42 seconds remain in this one. Husson now down 7 after an Eric Ehlers 3. Looking for a stop here defensively. Need a stop and then a big bucket on the other end.
Looks like we're headed for yet another close finish here tonight.
Couldn't ask for a better game. Been back and forth all day long.
Both these teams pretty much been pacing with each other this entire half.
Moss with it. Finds Poulin for a catch-and-shoot three. That's no good. Ehlers with a rebound. Good boxing out from both Ehlers and Balzer on that one. Woods with it. Ehlers in the corner. Finds Balzer underneath. As it tipped away by Griffin, it'll be Farmington ball. Here is Moss with it. Griffin now. Back over to Moss. Moss drives in and lays it in.
Eagles need to answer. Can't go down by more than 10 at this point.
19 for Teron Moss. Go along with 4 boards and 3 assists. Maranta, tough shot. Can't finish. Mickle comes away with it. Here's Moss on the left side. Going right at Justice Kendall. Mickle for 3. That'll be short. Here comes Husson now. 7.5 minutes remaining in this one. And we have a foul called down low on Dylan Griffin. Or excuse me, that'll be on Poulin. It is his 3rd foul. Justice Kendall the inbound, gets it right back. Finds Woods, top of the key. Gets it down low to Lewis. Lewis makes a move, can't finish. Teron Moss looking for a call, doesn't get one. We see a lot of chirping and extracurricular activities out on the court from both teams at this point.
Not quite sure what the referees saw on that one that caused them to get the foul on Woods. But nonetheless, Moss at the line.
He knocks down his 9th free throw. He is now 9 of 10 for the line at 20 points. Here's his 2nd attempt. It rolls in.
The Eagles already pushing the pace. They know they need to score quickly and then get a good stop on defense to get back into this game.
Can't let this one get away from them. There's Ehlers with it, finds Maranta. Over to Lewis now. Lewis hands it to Kendall. He drives in, can't lay it in, and he goes down hard. Moss with a tough lay-in on the other end.
And Kendall's going to come out of this game. It looks like he's headed straight back to the locker room.
Yeah, Justice Kendall walked off the floor straight to the locker room after that one. Looked like he might have been grabbing his hamstring. Husson finds themselves down 13 now. 6.5 minutes remaining in this one. Maranta with it. Mid-range jumper comes up short. Mickle with a rebound. He'll go up with the left hand and he lays it in. Timeout Husson. Ethan, we will keep it right here. What have you seen in the last 3 minutes that's really turned the tables?
Well, I think for the Eagles, they have not been trying a lot on offense to generate a lot of chances. They've just been taking the first one they get. That was the recipe for disaster last time against the Beavers last night, and it's not working out for them this time. They find themselves now down 15 with 6 minutes left. It's going to be a tough hill to climb to try and get back into this game, especially as it looks to be like Justice Kendall will be out at least for an extended period of time for the rest of the game.
And a 13-3 run currently for Farmington in the last 4.5 minutes of this one.
They've got to find the answer, and someone has to step up, whether that's DJ Woods, Jay Thomas. They're all out on the floor right now. You know, you got to give it your all.
Husson's currently scoreless in the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Currently scoreless in the last 2:45. See if they can do something out of this timeout here. Definitely gonna have to do something. Don't quite sure know what that is. I don't know if Coach Russo wants them to try to get more looks in the inside, wants them to start knocking down threes, but shots are gonna have to start falling. As that one rolls out, fight for the rebound, and Mickle comes away with it. Here's Woods on him. Mickle goes all the way to the bucket, can't finish. Rebound tipped around, and Griffin comes away with it. Moss with it, being guarded by Maranta. Griffin for three. Knocks it down. Farmington offense really coming alive the last 4 minutes. Woods for three. That's good. Here's Mickle with it now. Husson finds themselves down 15 again. And great hands from Woods there to knock it away. Griffin gets slapped with a foul. Reaching in on Eric Ehlers going to the bucket. Jack Kane will come back into the game.
That's the break the Eagles need. They really need to settle down. Fast pace of play for the last 2 minutes. Settle down, make those shots. That's what just happened with Woods, able to knock down that three.
Maranta has it top of the key. He has a nice fake. He will go up, and Jack Kane will be called for a foul. Maranta going to the free throw line, where he is currently 1 of 2 on the night. Maranta at the line. Misses the first one. Currently sitting at 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Also has a very impressive block to his credit. Second free throw is good for Maranta. 2 of 4 from the line so far. As we see a good double team underneath the hoop. Can't capitalize on it though. And Jack Kane throws it down on the other end. Ehlers with it. Had Mickle all over him. And Eric Ehlers will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Husson down 16 now.
4 minutes, 11 left. Still going to be within reach, but still a tough road for the Eagles in this last 4 minutes.
As the free throw is no good there from Ehlers. Ehlers gets it back, puts up a three. That's no good. Thomas goes to save it. They call it out of bounds. And Farmington will take a timeout. We'll take one too. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
5 years ago, we started this journey of recycling. And with that same ingenuity, with that same innovation, and with that same entrepreneurship, we're approaching our next 45 years. We have an obligation to figure out how we can consume less, how we can recycle more, how we can create more sustainable products, and how we help our customers enable that.
We owe it to the future generations to continue to do better and recycle better.
And we are back. 4 minutes remaining in this one as there's a 5-second call out of the Farmington timeout. Husson down 16. Really need to make something happen here with 4 minutes to go. Maranta in the corner. Woods has it up top. He'll put up another three. That one's no good. Kane comes away with a rebound. Here's Donlin now. Moss has it. Tries to get it to Moeller. Moss will reset the offense. Moss with a floater. And it is good. Teron Moss now up to 25 points on the night. 7 of 16 shooting. He's come alive here in the second half. Beautiful bounce pass from Scott Lewis. Kick out, Ehlers for three. Mickle with it now for Farmington. Being guarded closely by Woods. Now Moss being guarded by Woods. Moss with it. Mickle, a deep three. No good. Thomas fighting for the rebound. Goes to Ehlers. Here comes Woods the other way. And DJ Woods picks up a foul and will head to the free throw line. Woods at 74% from the line on the year. Knocks down the first one. Now 15 of 20 from the line on the year so far. 50% from three as well coming into this one. Been on a great scoring stretch the last few games. Misses that free throw. Donlin comes away with it. Here he is being guarded by Eric Ehlers. And Ehlers will be called for the reach-in foul. It'll be Donlin going back to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Donlin's first attempt at the line is good. Kyle Donlin at about 13 points, 6 rebounds a game. Also shooting about 70% from the line so far this season. Hasn't shot the ball very well here today. 0 of 5 so far, just 3 points, all from the free throw line. But has contributed 4 boards, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. And is now 4 of 4 from the line. Woods with it on the left side. Finds Ehlers at the top of the key. Now to Maranta. Maranta with a good pass to Thomas, who gets fouled but can't lay it in. Jay Thomas will go to the free throw line for a pair. The first one for Thomas is no good. 73% on the year. Usually a pretty reliable shooter. Second one is up, and that one is good. and Farmington will take another timeout.
I think a lot of these timeouts Farmington has been taking is to give their players a rest, specifically Jack Kane. He's just been looking really, really gassed on the court when he's been in, but he hasn't been in as much as he normally is.
Yeah, Jack Kane is really battling with Balzer and Lewis whenever Jack Kane's in the game, one of them is in the game, either Balzer or Lewis. And it is very, very physical underneath the hoop all game long. He's got to be worn down going against those two.
And we see Kendall back on the bench. Shoes are still on. He might try to come back in, but we will see. 2 minutes 15, down 15. Would be a hard choice to send him back in with this kind of deficit at this point in the game.
Husson just 30% shooting this half. 9 of 30 from the field. Three-pointers have picked up, 5 of 13. A lot of free throws, a lot of fouls. Farmington is shooting 27 for 29 from the free throw line.
And that's really not a number you regularly see, that volume of free throws taken by a team, I think.
And to hit that percentage.
Yeah.
They're up at 93% as a team. Here's Donlin, gets the inbound. Good defensive pressure. And that'll be Gil Matondo, who just checked in and picked up a foul. So this will be Moeller going to the line for a 1-and-1.
So again, their 30th free throw attempt of the evening. And if these two teams end up facing each other in the playoffs, like they are projected to do at this point, it will be at Farmington.
Yes, as they will have the better current record standing-wise than Husson after this game. As Moss has it now, he'll attack strong to the bucket. No call, but Ehlers can't hold on to the rebound. And it will stay with Farmington.
And again, for this Husson team, looking ahead, playoffs still a couple weeks away. What do you adjust in that time frame to try and generate more open three-point chances that you can knock down? Because I think if you can do so, that changes the tide of the game, as well as limiting, 30 free throws. Not a great look.
Yeah. The 30 free throws, that just comes down as here's Moeller for a three, knocks it down. 73-55 now, minute 30. Thing about the free throws, we have the same amount of fouls. Husson, as Jay Thomas puts up a three, knocks that one down. Husson currently has 18 fouls. Farmington currently has 17 fouls, but all of Husson's fouls have been shooting fouls is the difference. So if you can limit, just try to go, I know it's hard, but just try to go straight up on defense. Like, that's still going to, Scott Lewis averages almost 3 blocks per game. He doesn't need to always block shots. Just having a hand up, he affects so many shots, makes people have to change their shot. So just trying to play defense without fouling is going to be one of the biggest things going forward, I think, for this Husson team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you said, the three-point shooting, something that, they've kind of struggled with throughout the year, something that really needs to be picked up on, generating some good looks as well. As we see Moeller ready to inbound here. Gets it into Donlin, who is trapped right away. Pass goes to Moeller, and he is fouled by Woods. Moeller will go to the line for 2 shots now. As the first one is no good.
Just the third miss of the night for Farmington from the free throw line.
Moeller's getting ready for his second free throw attempt, and that one is good. Here's Woods now the other way. Has it on the right side. Gets a screen from Maranta. Beautiful bounce pass. Tries to finish over Jack Kane. Can't get it to go. Mickle with it now. Crosses half court. We're just under a minute to go here. Tondo guarding Teron Moss. Moss will drive in and get a tough layup to go. 27 points now for Teron Moss, who has just taken over here in the second half. As 28 seconds remain here in this one. 76-58 our score. As we see a few subs from Farmington. Number 11, David Gatsby. Number 30, Charlie Rask. And number 33, Cole Banks. David Gatsby, a Blue Hill and George Stevens Academy graduate. Went to high school with him. Good to see him get some minutes out there.
And as I'm sure you can hear slightly on our broadcast, Farmington student section off to our left getting very rowdy with this win. Again, this is a little bit of revenge.
As Gatsby comes away with the steal there. Here he is being guarded by Caruso, letting the time run out. Moeller with it. And Gatsby has it. He will just dribble the timeout here. (76-58). Our final here. Teron Moss really taking over the second half of that game. Put the team on his back. Scored, I want to say 15 second half points in that one. Tough loss for Husson.
Yeah, dropping 2 in a row in conference. Not a great look. But these teams will most likely face each other again. It will be at Farmington this year. But the Beavers get revenge on last year's North Atlantic Conference Eastern Championship game. And they are happy about it. Again, Kendall getting injured late in the second half of the game. Eagles struggling to generate a lot of open looks from beyond the arc, and a lot of shooting fouls on the Eagles lead to this victory for the Beavers.
And just a quick look at the stats real quick before we wrap up. Justice Kendall led the way for Husson with 15 points. Luke Caruso added 8 points off the bench. Milo Schweitzer added 6 points, along with Eric Ehlers, who added 6 points and 4 boards. Derek Collin, Jeremy Maranta, Jay Thomas, DJ Woods, and Jared Balzer all contributed 4 points. Scott Lewis had 3. On the Farmington side, it was Teron Moss who led the way with 27 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Jack Kane, 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Mickle added 11. Griffin added 8. Story with 6. Donlin, Moeller, and Poland all with 4 of their own. 76-58, our final here. Thank you for tuning in, to everybody listening. For Reese Dannenberg and Zethan Moss, you're listening to the Husson Eagles Sports Network.